All right, we had an awesome class today, I thought. We were just talking about that. We're Sue was saying, well, you don't prepare for anything, do you? I said, nope. uh, I think it's more fun that way, and it allows what I refer to as the spirit to move through. And I just, as Sue even mentioned, that I just wait for someone to ask a question, and then it starts popping. And I say, okay, you go. Oh, I know what else I was going to say. Sometimes in the old days, it happens since then, but not as often. Let's see from the apprentice. All right, good. I'd be in the middle of this great diatribe of, just talk, revelations, telling all these people all around, all this stuff, and they'd be in this huge circle all around me, sometimes double chair. And I would just be in the center of the circle teaching the class and not at the podium. And then I'd start pointing at people and started telling them about stuff, about their lives and all kinds of things. And then out of nowhere, someone would be telling me a joke and I'd crack up and it'd be inside. It was an angelic or something, I don't know, or angelic that tells jokes, and it just wouldn't stop, and I'd have to literally verbally say, stop. But I would tell people this joke and they would just crack up thinking it was the funniest thing in the world. And here my mind was on something else totally different. And they just wanted to throw that in. I think it's the joke angel or something.
Well, you could send her my way.
Yes, please.
So that's where I got some of my humor from that. In any case. So are there any questions before we start? Anything anyone would like to ask me?
I emailed a question.
When was that?
Today. I emailed it to admin, to
Lynn.
Lynn.
To Lynn. Great. She'll forward it to me. Yeah. But any questions pertaining to Healing Tonight?
Yeah, that's it. That's what it was.
Oh.
Do you want me to ask it?
Sure, please.
Okay. I wanted to know, because and I've been to you appointments, and I know you pray, but I want to know what do you say? Is it specific or is it general?
Very general, according to that moment and that person. First thing I do is I go inside myself and I said, okay, God, I don't know what the hell I'm doing here. I think you better take over. And I start sweating. and and then the boss, kind of takes over. But first, two different scenarios. When I'm straight working with a person, like in front of me or in an appointment, if they're in front of me and they're standing up or whatever, I take my hands and put it on their head and I ask a blessing. That's what I do, and which I won't go into a lot of detail now on the person. And in that blessing, I ask for guidance for myself. Then and to show me, what the situation is, if it's within the mind to do that. And then I start I just go within myself and as deeply as I can, and that goes to all different levels. It might be surface, I don't know. And, but it still is right for the person. And then, I start working with the person in what they've told me about. And if I find other things, I go there too.
Oh.
Or I might tell a person that, well, what about your belly? And even though they were complaining about the arm, oh, it hurts too, or they didn't realize it hurt yet, then they notice that, oh my God, it is, or something, but that might have been some kind of a causal effect on, say, the arm. I don't know. Okay. So if that answers.
Yeah. I mean,
And
like, because like I have torn ligaments and I have a broken bone. And I just wondered if you talk to God about that, or do you just say she has a bad foot?
I talk to God and I say, this is the situation. What the heck are you going to do about it? What are you going to do about it, God?
Okay,
That's what it gets down to.
okay.
'Cause I don't know what the heck I'm doing. For 47 years, I haven't known what I'm doing. And, 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 you know, 25 to 35,000 people, you know, I have no idea, none. I have to leave it to the old man or woman upstairs to say, take over, boss. What are you going to do about this? Basically. And most people tell me that, you know, something in their life has changed. So, and I just accept that. And sometimes it's for short term, until they can even go for medical help. And then all of a sudden the doctor say, oh my God, I understand it for the first time in 50 years that you've had this, what it is, or they might even say it's gone or whatever, or they might need a therapy to correct it after all these years.
Mhm.
You know, a particular therapy, all of a sudden they found out what, you know, would help it, or the person found out that, or things would just totally disappear, or who knows, you know. That's why it's not possible for me to make any claims or diagnose or, you know, tell anyone they're healed. I let people tell me what's happened with them,
Right.
which is much,
That's
much, you know,
reasonable.
easier,
Yeah.
easier
Well, it
for
makes
me.
sense.
Yeah. I was just telling someone today, in the old days, I used to, when I first started doing this stuff, I would be the people would be coming to my little condo and they'd be standing there and I'd be working with them. And, and I'd be on my knees working on a knee or something like that while they're standing up, and having my hands on the knee and where all the energetic was coming from, where the injury was or something. And then I'd be closing my eyes, and I was working with so many people, as I always tell everyone, 14 hours a day, 7 days a week, every hour in the hour back then. I didn't know you could even take a break. But during that time, um, I would accidentally fall asleep. I couldn't help it. I was so tired, and I kept going to sleep. And then I'd be having a conversation with someone on the other side, and during that time, and I didn't know that I was speaking it out loud because I thought I was sleeping, and I was sleeping. And but the person that I was working with would be answering me because I was asking them out loud what this conversation was, you know, whatever. And they would be answering me and I'd wake up, you know.
You
So-
had 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Yeah, I guess. You know, I like that, you know, and it was several months ago that it happened again. So, you know, maybe I should start working when all this clears with people in person again and be really tired and go to sleep again. I guess, but they would be healed, you know, or they would answer a question that pertained to their healing, and I don't know how that worked. You know, it just happened. So, if you know, it wasn't all the time, but it was often back then. So, in any case, good question. Any other questions before we start? Or there's 10 of us. Sue, please.
Can you talk a little bit about arthritis? I know you've said that it's a condition for stubbornness.
Yes.
And I know you don't really have to have it, right?
Right.
But it seems like in a lot of people's lives, it keeps popping up.
Yes, it does. And, you know, there's, I don't know about all people, but I do know a lot of people that say with the arthritic condition that they actually have something in the personality that is a stickler for them, where they know their way, and their way is the right way. And that's a limitation. but it may not be for all people though. And even if I work with these things, it can relieve it. And some people told me they haven't had arthritis ever since, after all these years.
Mhm.
And so, I don't know. And other people, it's important for them to realize, people that I work with, it's important for them to realize that, okay, it hasn't bothered me anymore, but I still have it. It's almost like it's arrested and it won't progress anymore once it's worked with, if that makes sense.
Mhm. Mhm.
So, all right. Does that almost make sense, Sue?
Yes.
All right,
Um,
good. What? I can't hear you. I'm sorry.
It does. It does.
Okay. All right, good. Good. Adira, makes sense? All right, good. Do you work with healing, Adira? Your sound is off. There.
I apologize. Yes, I do. Actually, I do. Yeah, gosh. Well, I'm certified in Reiki,
Cool.
and there are 2 other energy balancing techniques that I use. But I am an attorney by training, and I kind of kept these 2 worlds separate for a very long time
Yes.
until I had a local lawyer, who called me to actually retain me to work on her, strictly because I knew her language because of my legal training. So I like,
Sure.
oh, okay. So these worlds starting to merge together. And so now I do a lot of wellness type consultation with lawyers.
Good, good, good. That's awesome.
Yeah.
That's awesome. That's fantastic. What's your specialty, may I ask?
Oh, well, in mostly international law. Yeah,
Okay.
that's what, yeah, that was my focus in school, and then I taught it for about 10 years.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Mhm.
Let's start off with The Apprentice. I know who that is too. I always say that. And all right. I want to stop grinding my teeth in my sleep. No mouth guards. I chewed them up in 2 weeks in the past, the mouth guards. Okay, not the teeth. All right. Now, the cause of that isn't necessarily tension. And I think you know that. And most people, it is tension where they do the grinding. It's tension, anxiety, worry, and fear and stuff like that. With you, Apprentice, it is more, it's almost as though your jaw, either a millimeter, or centimeter, or a few more or less, whatever, it's off a little bit. And the muscles, and you've had this for a long time, and the muscles they need an exercise. If you can find some kind of exercise, Google an exercise for the jaw muscles to fix them, to recorrect them in some way. And I'm wondering, did you ever get hit in the jaw when you were younger? If you can tell me that, please, I'd appreciate that, Apprentice. And there's a little delay here as well. So let me know, please, Apprentice, if you have done that, and then I can work with you once I get your answer. You are right. Okay. All right. Which part about the jaw muscles or being hit? I'm a klutz, all the above. Can everyone see that on the side notes? It's in the chat. I love it. I'm a klutz. No, I'm the klutz. So in any case, um, you were right. I'm a klutz. All the above. Okay, good, good, good. All right, apprentice. What I'm going to do is, actually at the age of 12, there was your one. Wait a second. Okay, you asked that on there, but at the age of 12, there was also something where this was in this area in here. If you can see me, it was injured, and you may or may not be remember that. So my perception of things, the world according to Gartmark. So, all right. One more thing. The teeth are also now crowned, cementing the misalignment. Okay, that's fine, hon. That's fine. I really need for you to, and I can't see you to check on you, make sure you're doing this, but I need for you to just sit back and relax for a moment and let me do my thing here. If whatever happens, say, okay, boss, you take over. Right now, immediately I'm getting, I wanted to go for that breath inside. It's like the breath of God, the dance of life, I refer to it. And it wants to stay locked, but I don't want it to. So, starting to tiny bit take a step out. It's trying to breathe. There. And it was also like a sadness in here, holding it in, disappointment, and also with going into the muscles. It's like they wanted to stay frozen like that, but to help the bone almost like shift a little bit. So, all right. All right, and tell me if you experienced anything with that as well, apprentice. I want to call you your name, but you want to be known as apprentice. You are. And Adira, you need to take my classes. You really need to take my classes.
Okay. Sure. It's a scheduling thing. I would really love to be here more often, but.
But there is a replay on even on the courses.
Okay.
Just for the people who sign up for the courses, and there's a replay also on the internet for the free classes as well on my website.
Gotcha.
Cool. Awesome, awesome, awesome. Let's see here. Lindsay, your left foot. You just told me your left. Okay.
Want to see it?
No. No, I've seen enough feet in my life. They all look the same. A foot is a foot.
Well, it's, my ankle, mostly.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know disease. I don't know injury per se. I hear what people tell me, but I don't know it inside myself. And so, and everyone wants to show me their thing, and I don't want to see it. I don't care. I say point to it,
It isn't that bad looking.
No, not insinuating that. Listen, I'm so ignorant in understanding medical science. I really am. And I just don't get it. And sometimes I'll see things happen and causes, but and then the perfections of things, but I can't comprehend the destructive quality in that. It just doesn't make sense to me. There's no computing.
Wow. Well, this is the first accident I've ever had.
Cool. You should frame this one.
No,
That's awesome. It'd be your badge of honor.
well, it's pretty nice that I haven't ever experienced this.
When I was a kid, my buddy Jerry and I, we were in the alley and we were throwing rocks that were in the alley and just throwing them down the alley and stuff. And then there was a little mound of rocks or pebbles, really tiny, tiny pebbles and earth that was coming up the ground. It was maybe about that tall coming up like this. And so we started throwing rocks at it. And I started walking the other way and thinking he was catching up. He was bored with that and he was next to me, but he wasn't. And then all these bees came out and they started stinging him and I got away, thank God. But in me, after seeing what was happening, I started running and then I broke my toenail. So that was my injury of life. Now I've had worse. Believe me, I've had worse. That was just a story to whatever. It sounded good. In any case, all right. I want you to sit back
I
and
think
just,
I should show you my foot.
no, I don't want to see your foot. I refuse. I don't want to see it. No, bad.
I won't.
And tell me, while I'm doing this, if you feel anything happening, hon.
Feels like it's relaxing a little.
And keep me updated.
It feels looser. Oh.
Move your toes a little bit. Tell me if you notice any difference in there,
Well,
please.
it definitely feels looser. It's been feeling like it's in a straitjacket. It's not in a cast. The cast is
Right.
Velcro and removable.
I don't
So
care.
it's open right now, but it's always felt like a straitjacket was on it, but it is absolutely
Now,
looser.
move.
I can move it.
Cool. I was going to ask you to move it real gently, not to hurt yourself, just to
Right.
what your tolerance is.
Yeah,
Tell
and
me-
the toes are looser. The
Good.
ankle, like it can go back.
All right, good. And you might notice, not to make any claims, but you might notice that it heals fairly quickly now.
Oh, thank you.
And please do keep me updated. Please.
I will. That's all I ask, is that it feels
All right.
quickly. Thank you.
You got it. You got it.
Yeah, I can move it.
Regina, please, is there anything I can hopefully help you with?
Well, I put it in writing. Can you hear me?
Now I can, yes.
Okay. Let's see, I have headaches. Well, I'm in my little side over there in the chat. I said a pain in my brain and my
Oh, there.
spine. Yeah. So it's like I'm mimicking everyone else this evening, but I have the headaches. And I did shatter my toe. Yeah. Those are basically what I'm dealing with the most.
Okay, so tell me something. In these healing circles and at the gathering when I do healing with people, um, I always say, tell me the one thing in your body that's really bugging you the most.
Mines would be my brain and spine. They hurt
That's two
constantly.
things.
Well, I'm gonna pick the spine then. Sorry.
I'm a man of integrity
Yes,
I only-
yes.
and I'm hardcore in my way.
The spine.
Not that I'm stubborn.
No. No, no arthritis, huh? No.
All right. So with your spine, there's two spots that is just my immediate perception. One is in this right around a little bit above the small of the back on the spine, and the other one is in the center in between the shoulder blades. Is that correct or not?
Yes. 100%. Yes.
Okay, those are two major causal areas. So tell me something, does it bother you? And that's with what our class was about today in scanning.
Yes. I know I missed it.
Well, you'll be able to see the replay
Yes.
and when Lynn puts it up. Do you have any idea when it might go up, when your computer would finally finish with it? Any idea, Lynn?
I'm hoping tomorrow.
Okay, great.
Thank you, Lynn.
Thanks, Lynn.
You're welcome.
She's the hub. She's the hub.
Yes.
And the neat thing is she's in Canada and she lives in a shack with this well that she has to pump up all the time.
Wow.
I know. That's how she gets her water and does her clothes.
Wow.
So
Okay.
I had to throw that in. So out in the woods, the bear, the coyote, and they even know her now.
Wow, Lynn.
Wolves and everything. And so, in any case,
She's brave.
crows bring her other crows, and it's a party. So
I've made friends with the bear.
Oh.
I will never come to visit with you.
Nope.
All right. So with that spine area,
Mhm.
I need for you to really put your heart into this and close your eyes for a moment.
Okay.
And just have no conception of what I'm doing, please. Because once you start conceiving what I'm doing or trying to figure it out or think about it, then you're defeating your purpose and not allowing it to happen. And so what we're going to do is let the old man or woman upstairs take over. And so I'm going to immediately put my hand on top of the spine, real gently touching, and on the bottom of the spine. And you may feel sensation. Keep me updated what you might feel. I know you can't, but if you could feel something, what would it feel like in a moment?
Tingling in the bottom of my spine.
And keep me updated.
Warmth at the upper part of my spine. It's
No
like it's
guessing now.
loosening. No, I'm not guessing.
Good, 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 good.
I feel a tingling on the top of my head, like it's loosening up, like something's being removed.
No, that's learned language. Don't worry about that.
Okay. I'm not learning language. I feel hot all over.
Let it build.
A lot of heat in my neck.
All right, now what I'd like you to do is to move around a little bit real gently, not to hurt yourself, just real gently, and tell me if you notice any difference yet. And be candid, please.
I have no pain.
Darn. Okay.
Thank you, Mark.
Oh, my pleasure. And this might be, all these right here are what I refer to and other people refer to as quickie healings. And so it might last 5 minutes or it might last for the rest of your life or anything in between. Don't know. So let's see what this is about. And if you're ever interested in an appointment with me, take advantage of it. Please do it.
Okay.
Please do. So, all right, good. Excellent, excellent, excellent. Marilyn, talk to me.
Yeah, I was gonna have you do like a blessing or something. My mind is getting more relaxed. I don't know how to explain it. I'm just going through good change. It's like, so give a blessing, keep it going. Not that I'm stubborn or have any arthritis or anything.
I hear you. I hear you. Yeah.
I think you're really wrong about that.
This guy I talked to, this buddy of mine in Arizona, Roy, we were just talking about that today, and he said, Mark, you're one of the most stubborn people I've ever met in my life. You're a curmudgeon and with people and everything else. And I said, Roy, no, I'm not. I'm authentic. And he says, no, you're just really hardcore. You only like certain foods. You won't go out of that pattern, or all kinds of things he was telling me. And I said, no, I'm the most open person in the world, boy. I'm not stubborn. So just give me almond M&Ms and coffee, and I won't have to eat anything else. That's my health food. So, any case, yeah. Let me. You said working with what, hon?
Just go ahead and give me a nice blessing. A blessing, yeah.
How's the neck?
I think it's doing well. It's interesting because I ignore it now. Like, instead of like looking to see how is it the swelling, Yeah.
It's like old hash,
Mhm.
Yeah, I experienced you, and that's nice. I got something to do right now.
Yeah. Yeah, so I kind of forget about it at times. It's good. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. Mhm.
There. How you feel?
That's good. It's really interesting you can do that long distance. Yeah. You know what I noticed? Like when you're doing the healings with each person and you're doing, I hear this little, like this little sound. I don't know if anybody else can hear that. I haven't heard it on the other one. Oh, you can't? Yeah. I didn't hear it on maybe it's just the computers. I don't know.
What is the sound? I didn't pay
Like
attention.
a little,
It's
like a
squeaky.
little squeak.
Yeah, it's hard to describe. It's like
Oh, okay. Everybody's
energetically.
hearing it.
the
I
computer-
thought it was a bird.
Well, it does sound a little bit like one.
Yeah.
Yes.
And it's
All
right
right, tell me.
right when you're doing the healing, I can hear it.
All right, let's take 1 second or a half a minute and be really still and tell me if you hear it.
There.
Yeah.
Yes.
Right there.
Did
And I
you hear
haven't heard that on any other groups. This is the first time.
Cool hand Luke.
Wow.
And we all heard it.
Wow.
What?
We all heard it at the same time.
You guys rock.
That's interesting.
All right. Want to do it again?
We get it with each person that you help.
Yeah, it's the squeak angel. It's the spirit. All right. Penny, my dear friend,
Hi.
talk to me. Tell me how you're doing.
Well, the ribs are still, I'm still working on the ribs, but my.
The left rib.
Yeah, actually it's my right rib now, but that's not what I'm asking about. I have the beginnings of the symptoms of when I had those hairline fractures in my pelvis,
Okay.
on my hip, my right buttocks, and it's got a sore spot, and then it goes down into my groin on the right leg, and
Okay.
so I don't want to go through any of that stuff again.
I hear you. All right, hon.
I guess somewhere along the way I just strained a little bit.
Okay.
Yes.
All right. You just sit back for a moment and you just
Okay.
relax.
Okay.
And just take a really slow motion, breath in through your nose and
Okay.
slow motion all the way down and slow motion out of your mouth. And do that a few times. All right, move around a little bit, Penny. Is it uncomfortable at all, or worse, or the same, or better? You tell me, hon.
If I punch the place, it's still quite sore, but it does feel better.
All right.
Sense.
Now, put your thumb. No, stand up, hon.
Uh-huh.
Put your thumb in that area, not to hurt yourself, but where you start to feel
Yeah,
the
okay.
tenderness in there.
I don't know if I,
Oh, that's perfect.
is that good? Okay.
Yeah.
It's, woo, right there.
All right, hold that in. Don't move it.
Okay.
And you're gonna not talk into it, but you're gonna feel like a release in there. 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 And it's a sensation going down your leg now, like water flowing.
Yeah.
Can you feel that?
Yeah. My leg is just kind of moving back and forth. My right leg is just kind of moving back and forth. I kind of felt the release of the tension kind of all over.
Good. Now, take your hand away and move around a little bit and go back to that area and tell me if it's as tender or worse or the same or better.
It's not nearly as tender. It's still there, but it's not nearly as tender.
All right. If you can do that later and imagine my hand on top of your thumb
Okay.
later. Okay?
Okay. All right.
Awesome.
you. Thank you,
My
thank
pleasure,
you.
my pleasure, my pleasure. How's your hubby?
Just as ornery as ever.
Yes. Love it.
Oh, he's good.
Real man. Real guys are like that. So, Michelle, talk to me. How you doing, hon? Turn on your mic. There you go.
I'm here. I'm hoping that you can do something for this kid's. He was down here for like 15 or 20 minutes earlier. It's his head, I think. He has meltdowns, and for a
Yes.
while he didn't have them. You've worked on him a number of times. And in the last, say, 7 days, he's had one every day. And that makes us very uncomfortable because
Oh,
there's this shriek, there's a piercing, he crosses the line. Whatever the scream is, he crosses the line. So thing that you can do. This is
All right.
our,
All right.
we're desperate for things to do with the kids, so that's why he's drinking through that straw.
He's also going through growing pains a little more than other kids, a little more dramatically or traumatically in his body.
Okay.
Also, let me see one more time, just for a moment. Did he have all right, did he have a difficult birth?
He wasn't ours until the next day. So we imagine so. He was, thank you, sweetie. Thank you, sweetie. This is why I keep it on. So he was apparently 5 weeks early. He looked perfect to us, but he had a whole lot of issues. So we only know what you feel. I'm going to close that door.
Okay.
Sorry about that.
That's fine. That's fine.
So you said something about, you didn't use the word forceps, but said something happened during his birth that probably, anyway, he wore one of those
I remember.
things on his head for a few months to readjust.
Oh, yes, yes, yes. All right, I remember. Okay, thanks.
So he's so calm, and he's a little Asperger's like, or autistic,
Right.
like even he had a doctor's appointment today on the phone, and
Right.
they said the
See,
same
he's
thing.
still healing from that, and
Okay.
but it's a lot quicker process than it would normally be. So
Good.
do keep that in mind, because it could have really exacerbated into something else. But we
Sure.
took care of that.
Thank you. I can feel energy running all the way down to my rear end, like head to butt. That feels pretty good, like an egg beater.
And there'll be times now that he'll get relief more often, and he won't know what to do with it. It'll be like standing there lost. So he'll be growing out of this expediently.
Thank you.
However expediently is, I don't know.
He's
That's
really
my perception, what I saw. I'm sorry?
well, thank you. He's really hyper, and then
Yeah.
I don't know. He's just, I really, really enjoy him, but when he's had it, we're in trouble.
Yeah,
So thank you very much. Thank you, Mark.
my honor. Totally. totally. Adira, my friend, talk to me.
Okay.
Am I saying it right, Adira or Adara?
Edera.
Edera. There's no E there, please.
No, the I is pronounced like an E.
Oh, please. It's not, I'm telling you.
Well, those pesky Nigerians, that's terrible.
I hear ya.
But yeah, I think I've noticed a level of sadness or social isolation that's settling in my throat. And yeah, just very, I mean, I just feel like there's not a whole lot of emotional support in my life right now. And it's just settling in I can just feel it energetically in my throat. And I would certainly love some energetic intervention as far as that's concerned.
Whenever you drink a glass or a bottle of water, put your hands over it
Okay.
and say, God bless this.
Sure.
And watch life come out of your hands
Okay.
into the water.
Okay.
And when you drink it, know that you're getting life.
Okay.
And it's doing something to you. You don't know what,
Sure.
but it's doing something with you.
Okay.
All right.
Gotcha.
And every water you do that with, it's special.
Okay.
There. There was just a shift in consciousness just happened.
Sure.
Now put your one of your hands over your heart,
Okay.
and I'm going to put my hands on top of yours. And also keep in mind that you need both worlds in order, in my perception of things, you need the world we live in and you need the spiritual world to be, you need them both for the blend into spirituality.
Sure. Absolutely.
All right, good.
Yeah, it feels like there was an excavation of sorts of my throat, basically. It's like I saw an image of a bucket and stuff was just coming out of the bucket. I mean, just
Yes.
letting go of things.
Yes, but you don't always have to continually let go because, say for that situation, because once you began to let go, it was done.
Okay.
And otherwise we're dwelling on it and trying to recreate it to how much more needs to be let go.
Sure. Sure. Thank you very much.
My honor. Totally. Totally. So do all Nigerian women have that throat thing? No, I'm kidding.
Very funny.
That was good. That was a knee slapper. I like that.
Yes, yes. But like they say, that you should take your act out on the road and leave it there.
Yeah, really. So there was this fish. I don't know if anyone's heard this yet. There was this fish that was swimming downstream, and it was half in and half out of the water at times, just looking around, enjoying the sights. And it was a guy probably, and it was just really enjoying it and just loving the beauty of the green and the water, how they correlated together, everything intertwined, and it was he was in total amazement. And then he was just so oblivious to everything else except the beauty and everything. Then all of a sudden he hit a wall and he said, "Damn." Did you get it?
No.
Neither.
Totally, woo, went over my head.
He hit a wall and he said, "Damn."
Oh,
Today.
oh, that's bad. Oh, that's terrible.
Wasn't that good?
No, it wasn't.
It was, believe me, it was. All right. All right. Yeah. Moving right along here. All right. All right, Michelle. Bye. She had to go. Lucy. Hi. How are you, Lucy? Can you hear me? Turn on your mic. Can you hear Lucy?
Hi, Mark.
Hi.
Hi,
Welcome.
sorry. I'm like in my jammies and I just didn't want to turn on the video, but we have met before in Evanston.
Okay.
Hi.
I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
No, I'm sorry. Hi.
Hi. No, that's fine. Don't worry about it.
I'm
Don't
a
worry
little
about it.
embarrassed. Okay.
Don't worry about it. We're almost done anyway, so don't worry about it.
Okay,
So,
I appreciate it. Thank you.
my pleasure. So talk to me, my friend. Tell me what one thing you would like me to work with real briefly.
I'm having trouble with isolation in with the pandemic, and I'm not close to my family or anything. They're pretty toxic. So
Sure.
that's giving me insomnia, which is causing all kinds of other, like, inability to focus and irritability and all the other things that come with insomnia.
Uh-huh.
So anything you could help me with in that arena would be so appreciated.
Yeah, sure. No, I totally understand. In my perspective, anyway, the world according to Gartmark.
Yeah.
One really deep thing that I believe is for you, my perspective and perception is don't buy into it. Don't buy into it. Don't believe it. That's what the world wants you to believe you're experiencing. It's really a distraction from going within.
Right.
So don't buy into it, because if you do, it's already started to go through its process of creating the isolation in the mass mind. It's started, which goes into also then biological dysfunction, and then physiological dysfunction, and then the whole world falls apart in your life. Don't buy into it. Don't believe it. It's like a golden opportunity given to you to go within yourself and to learn to love yourself even more so now.
Yeah.
That's what it's for you. Everything else
That's
is
amazing.
everything else is a fear tactic that the
Right.
world wants you to buy into.
Yeah.
Honest to God, Lucy. Honest to God. It's so true. And that's what makes people literally go nuts inside their bodies.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm happy to hear you say that because that's kind of the message I've been getting.
Good.
So that's really cool.
That's your guidance from within. That's telling
Yeah.
you that's the divinity within you that's telling you that.
Thank you so much.
Mind if may I ask a blessing on you real briefly?
Oh, please, absolutely.
And put one of your hands on top of your heart, please.
Okay.
Whether you're cognizant of it or not, you just experienced a warmth through you.
Absolutely.
And that's literally the love of God.
Yeah. I felt suddenly just like really light and happy.
Yes, that's the love of God, letting you know it hasn't forgotten you.
Thank you so much, Mark.
How lovely.
Oh, lovely.
All right.
Thank you.
Regina, did I work with you? I did.
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I put myself on mute. Yes, you did, and it's wonderful.
Do you notice any difference, hon?
I'm still pain-free.
You're not still pain-free. You are
Okay.
pain-free.
I'm pain-free, and I feel happier.
You're marvelous, darling.
Thank you.
Sue, did I work with you? No.
No. Actually, you have. I think I was going to have you work on my hand, but it's feeling so much better anyway.
Good. Just rest
right.
just rest it for a moment.
Yeah.
Anyway, regardless. There. There. Move your hand around a little bit and tell me if it's even better or worse or the same.
I think it feels better.
You rock.
Thank you.
You rock. Lynn, talk. Are you there, Lynn? There you go.
Hi.
Hi, how's your daughter?
Good as far as I know.
Good. Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. What about the
she-
one
yeah.
with the migraine?
She seems to be better. She's back in school and she's doing well.
Good.
She's not down so much with, sick days.
Good. What about you? Anything in particular you'd like me to work with? Or anyone else?
You don't want to go there. Anyone else? Can't think of anyone right now.
All right. An aunt?
Well, my Aunt Lillian, her shoulder might, she had a really bad shoulder.
What was it, a right one?
I'm not sure. She
All right.
fell on it and damaged it to the point where she can't lift her arm anymore. Yeah, I think it is the right one, actually.
Okay. 50-50 on that one. Thank God. All right. I can't ask how she's feeling. I don't know. She's not there.
Well, they're supposed to be visiting soon, so
Oh, okay, good.
I will definitely find out.
Ask if how soon is she going to visit? Do you have
Well,
any
it's hard
idea?
to say with this whole COVID thing.
Yeah.
But they did say in a few weeks.
Good. Ask. Try to remember today, and ask. Or a couple of weeks ago, or did you notice a change or something like that? If you get an opportunity to do that, did something happen? Did you feel better?
I do think of her often, so I definitely won't forget.
All right, good.
Thank you.
All right. My honor, my pleasure, my pleasure. All right, everyone. I'm grateful. And let me see here. Was there anyone else? No, that's about it. Idira, thank you for, Idira, thank you for being here. I'll try to remember that. I have no memory, and I apologize in advance. And what event or class is next? Do you know, Lynn? Wednesday's tomorrow's the gathering.
Where's the gathering?
Yes,
And
at 7.
yes, at 7. I'm so sorry. I thought tonight was at 7. But on the 22nd, we have another mini course coming up on prayer.
That'll be on prayer.
Right. And then that evening will actually be another healing circle.
Cool.
And then the
That's
following
in
week.
2 weeks. I'm
That's in
sorry?
2 weeks. Yes. And then the following week, you were thinking of having workshop.
Yes, the following week. And that'll be on, what do we talk about? Scanning?
Scanning. So you're going to go more into detail into the scanning, but not super advanced. It's
And what date is that?
The 27th. Does that ring a bell for that Monday?
All right, so there'll be a healing circle and the scanning class at noon, my time. And whoever
so
signs, go
The
ahead.
28th.
And thank you, Lucy. The 28th. All right, good. And that'll be on the website as well. Lynn will be putting up. And it's not up yet because we have to talk about the description of it.
What are you doing on prayer?
The mini
prayer
course.
That's a mini course. And that,
Yes.
the
On the
free class,
22nd.
that's on the 22nd. Prayer, okay.
Yeah. At
Scan.
noon.
Okay.
And the scanning class course will be starting on the 28th.
Correct.
At what time?
Usually went from noon till 1:30.
So
That's the normal time.
okay, that's the following. That'll be a full course. And
Yes,
all
4 days.
Yes, and all that information for an hour and a half a day. And that is available to the people who sign up and pay for the course. It's available on a private channel Lynn sends a link to. You can watch a replay on it or anything. All right.
And ask
good.
questions. You can ask questions by email if you're not able to attend. Yeah,
Yes.
we're
All
available
right.
for you.
Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful. And the mini free course on scanning that was today will be available maybe tomorrow on the website.
There's
So-
a very good chance it'll be available tomorrow.
Tomorrow or next day? Yeah. All
No,
right.
tomorrow.
Okay, it'll be tomorrow. I got the farm girls.
Everything's working for me, so tomorrow.
All right, everyone. Blessings to you. Thank you so much. Sorry you ran a little late. Bye, everyone. Thank you. for being
Bye,
here.
blessings.
Thank you, Mike. Bye.